welcome back to the Most Wanted podcast. My name is Ian. I'm joined today by Reed McGallen and Dansky, our newest content creator and our newest member of the One Goons family. How are y'all doing today?
Chilling. I'm having, happy Friday. Happy Friday. We're having a chill day, relaxed day. Finished work. Now just coming home, kick back, have a good end to the, start to the weekend.
Oh
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. How about you, Reed? How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Busy week. Finally hit the weekend, which doesn't slow down any. But happy to be home and filming the pod.
Yeah, after a few months of us saying we were gonna bring it back, we actually are sitting down to bring it back. And I'm happy to be joined by such amazing people. Reed, the owner, the founder, CEO of One Goons, and as I mentioned before, Dansky, our newest content creator here at One Goons. Welcome to the family, man. Known about you for a little while. I don't actually know if we met at the Austin Major, but I know we were both there. We've been mutuals for some time, and yeah, I was happy to bring you into the family. How are you enjoying it so far?
No, it's good vibes. I feel very supported, by everyone who's in the crew and everything. So it was good to get like a DM from you. And I don't believe that we met in Austin. I was kind of all over the arena, all the way back to the BNB, just doing all sorts of different stuff. But nonetheless, yeah, when I got your DM, I was like really happy because I've been looking for kind of like a family to create content with and just grow with. So I'm really excited to see where we can take things.
Yeah, for sure, and we're more than happy to have you. Definitely been looking to build our content creation side of the org a lot, and definitely it just starts with people like you, people who are out there grinding, putting the work in, and we're happy to be able to support you guys with in any way that we can. And one of those ways is with our merch. Quick shout out to onegoons.com where you can pick up some incredible merch, and if you use code POD, you'll get 15% off of your order.
Oh ho
Um,
ho!
there we go. So Dansky repping the new faded hoodie. I got one of the OG Bears Bones. Reed, I
Jeez.
forget what you have on.
Fast track collection no longer
There
available.
we go.
Snooze you lose on that one.
It was a yeah. We have limited drops. Oh, there we go. Varsity jacket. That
Sneak
thing is
peek at the Vault collection
fly.
coming soon.
Yes, indeedy. I picked me up one of those for the Fraq Syracuse
Dude,
land that our
honestly, I'm
CS
so
team will be
excited.
attending.
The varsity jacket looks sick.
It's super nice.
Dude, something we've talked about doing for like 4 years, and as soon as I saw it on our samples, I was like, I need it. So I'm glad that one's finally happening.
The green is really well like colored, I'll say. So if you're looking for like a colored one, like whether it's red or the navy or whatever, I really like the navy because the navy sort of changes the off-white cream on the website to like a pure white. So it looks really nice. Yeah, yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
it's really comfy. The pockets like it fits perfect. So yeah.
Subtle plug there for the merch.
All right. Well, getting into it. This podcast episode is going to be centered around Dansky. So why don't we kick it off with what is your history of you and Counter Strike? Like, where did it all begin?
Honestly, for me, man, like I started playing like years ago, probably in 2007. I was like 7 years old, and I went to my cousin's house, and I believe it was Source at the time, and I wasn't really allowed to play the shooting games as my parents called them. So when my cousin and I would sneak away for a little bit, and we'd go on the family computer that they had. Funny enough, like it was like one of those super old school computers. Yeah, like we'd hop on there, he would be playing, and then every time we kind of like would alternate. So if he had like two or three deaths, then I would get one life, or like vice versa. He'd get one life and I would play like two or three deaths, sort of thing. So yeah, I started off really early and I've been playing since then, and it's honestly never really left my life and my blood and veins. So yeah, that's why I create content every day for CS.
Oh yeah, man.
2007. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I was
So
touching.
for reference for everybody, I was born in 2000 and I'm 26, right? So whatever year it is like my age basically. So been a long time. So since 2007's been, you know, what is that? Like that's like 20.
20,
That's like
20 years.
That's
Gosh.
insane.
Almost
Yeah,
100.
exactly. I need that new. I need like a 20-year
The
Unk
20-year
status
coin, yeah.
medal. Yeah, exactly. Funny enough, here, ready? Watch this.
Oh, he's
Actually,
whipping out
now
the memorabilia. Oh my god,
Dang.
he's got it in
Oh.
hand.
Dang.
IRL 10-year coin.
I didn't even. Is that
Real
like?
I
one.
didn't
Is
even
that
know
like
that
a?
existed.
Is that like a Valve sponsored thing, or is that like a just like somebody made? That?
No, this is just like you can get these off AliExpress, but believe it or not, it is like a massive actual like metal coin. Like it has weight
wow.
to it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's kind of sick. I think I literally just hit my 10-year like last month. I need to get
It's
one.
so sick, actually.
Shifting my lighting. That reminds me of the
Yeah, I got the
do I have
IAM
any right
coin
here? Oh
somewhere.
yeah. Like I got IAM coins.
Yeah, I've
like
got
the,
mine in my
Whoa.
office.
Okay.
coin.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I like that.
That one actually has some weight to it too. Like you put it in your hand, your like hand sinks.
I got
I've got one
the-
up in my
Yeah,
office.
exactly. It's probably
the-
very similar. Like they're really like weighty. Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Dallas
Oh,
23
shit.
one. That one's not.
That one's
I
sick.
actually lost. So fun fact, I got the 2025 one last year,
Mhm.
and then proceeded to lose it in an Uber.
No way.
I think I have an
Slipped
extra
out of
one
my
if you need
pocket,
it.
I couldn't-
Just fair warning.
Wait, a 2025 one?
Oh wait, no, just
Yeah.
kidding. I didn't go to 25. Went to 24.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Sorry.
I have the Dallas
Screwed
100.
you there.
The IM 100 one.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
from 2024.
I almost lost like every single piece of merch and items and camera gear in an Uber in Austin, believe it or not.
Oh,
So that's I have a crazy story for that. So
alright. Well, getting into some stories. Dansky, you've been traveling a lot last year, going to a lot of events.
Yeah.
How about you wanna walk us through all of your travel adventures through for CS?
yeah, so it's kind of a weird story. So I basically jumped into doing CS content while I was working like full-time job. And so background for me, like my mother is Polish, so I have family in Poland, and right now my one cousin in Poland, he's actually living in Denmark, and then he's working like with a company that he lives in Copenhagen. So essentially, I believe it was 2024. Yeah, I believe it would be 2024 when the Copenhagen major happened, or 2023. I decided just on a whim, because I got some severance pay and sort of like money from the company I was with when my contract ended, to get like a computer and then to book a flight to the Copenhagen major on a whim, right? So I went to Copenhagen. I had like a crazy good experience, but I was like really a nobody like when I went to Copenhagen. Like I decided sort of like a week before I went to Copenhagen, I decided, you know what? I'm going to restart my Twitter and like some of my channels and just like really put it as like a new name and do CS like at the end of the name, because I just wanted to like meet people and sort of connect through Counter-Strike. So it was like a really good opportunity for me. And funny enough, as soon as I landed, I posted like, hey guys, I'm out and about. I'm here early, a few days for the Copenhagen major. I got messaged right away by a bunch of people in the community saying like, oh, hey, like, we're here. Would you like to meet for breakfast, or invited to a few things? We did like a boat tour around Copenhagen. So it was just like a crazy experience. I made a bunch of connections, and then fast track to basically last year, I went to the Austin major as well, after like basically spamming content and streams for like a year and a half straight. And I made so many friends like in that year and a half that I decided, we haven't had an NA major since Boston. And CS2, I've already been to the first major. I want to go to the first NA major for CS2 because I know that the NA crowd is going to bring it. And like it definitely didn't disappoint. It was like electric in that arena, in the Moody Center. I don't know if you remember, but like I had goosebumps when like the lights went dark and everything. So
I will never forget watching 910's ace sitting
all
of maybe 50 feet away from where they were playing, because I was in the lower ring on the Mongols side. I watched that 910 ace in map 1 of the grand finals, and I don't think I've ever like gotten as loud in an arena as I was right then. That was electric. It was insane.
It was crazy. And then even like the first day, I believe it was first day, we had Spirit Maos and they went to like quad overtime. And like I think that's like the perfect sort of like arena dream for when you're there to watch games. As long and exhausting as it was, you're just like watching every round and it was kept going and going. And yeah. And then so come to the December of last year, I decided to go to Budapest because we noticed that the Cologne major tickets with my buddy Jay, we noticed that the Cologne major tickets were very expensive. And when we came back from Austin, we were looking at the Budapest prices, and it was literally the exact same price as like I paid for Austin, but to go to Europe, like flights included, Airbnb, and everything as well. And honestly, I think it's one of the most, if not the most beautiful city I have ever been to. And if you guys aren't aware, Budapest is the five-star hotel capital of the world, as well as the Michelin star capital of the world.
Oh.
So it was unbelievable food experience the entire time that we went. Tons of Christmas markets, tons of random restaurants that we walked into and stuff just on a whim. But at the same time, like everything there is like actually stunning. The lights, like the whole city's lit up at night. The Parliament building is completely golden. It's yeah, it's incredible. If you ever get a chance to go, highly recommend.
Dude, I did not know that at all. I didn't.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're a big foodie like
Oh,
person,
yeah.
like for me, I love to go to restaurants and do like food reviews, or just take pictures and Google review them, whatever. But for me, like sometimes food is, you sit there and you just like, I'm telling you, like if you go to a Michelin restaurant or a Michelin place, it's unlike any food that you've ever had. You essentially like take a bite, and that bite that you're taking, you see pictures or colors like in your head when you're taking the bite, because it's so well crafted that like you're sitting there and you're genuinely for like maybe 40 seconds or 60 seconds like this, you're just like, oh man, like
You're like sad that the food is
chewing,
gone.
and you're just like literally savoring every
Oh
single
my
bite,
gosh.
because like I'm spent, like that it's going to be expensive,
it's
but
not
that's
gonna
not
be cheap.
really about the experience. It's that like this moment right now is like, I don't think I've ever had food that tasted better than when I was in Budapest.
Sounds like our next event that we do, we need to bring Dansky to and have him just review
Pull the
food.
food plates.
Just do all the food around the venue, and we'll just turn
No,
it into
exactly.
a series.
That'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be sick.
So down for this. Fun fact about the Austin major. I am an Austin local. Lived here for 5-6 years. Didn't even go. The only part of anything I did with the Austin major is I went to dinner with Fraq and a few of the other guys from One Goons that night. I mean, live like 30 minutes away from the venue, work like 15 minutes from the venue. I just couldn't get away for the whole event, so didn't even watch any of the games on Twitch.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't go to the venue. I just was like went to dinner with Fraq, and that was it. So it was like I had, the first, like you said, the first NA CS2 major in my backyard. Didn't go to it.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, that actually, wow, that sucks.
It's one of my bigger regrets in esports recently. But
that's actually where I got my first bits of One Goons merches. Reed brought me a T-shirt.
Okay, nice.
I think I got the shorts.
I was gonna say, do you have the infamous shorts? This is my favorite piece of merch I've ever cooked. Please tell me you have them.
Have you guys been to Emmer and Rye in Austin?
I have not.
Okay, so we went, like, that was one of the Michelin places that, like, I went to in Austin, and food was exceptional. So if you ever get a chance to go there,
duly noted.
It's not something where, like, you have to super book it in advance. Like, we booked it as a party, but it's like a very sort of casual dining experience, but it's a Michelin place because the standard has never dropped since they opened. Like, it's just super high quality dining, and the prices are very reasonable.
I love that.
But yeah, so I would definitely say check it out, maybe with Lauren or Ian if you want to go there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
dude,
God.
So good. Literally, like,
oh my god,
probably like
that's
the fourth piece
like
of
the booty shorts, like the One Goon shorts,
like the fourth piece of apparel I ever designed for One Goons. I couldn't, through the manufacturer that we use, I couldn't find, like, it wouldn't let me produce it like to the U.S. So they never saw the light of day. But I ordered them as a sample, and there's the black and white ones that Fraq's got, and I've got, I think, the white and red ones. They're like boxer shorts, is what they're like intended to be.
Yeah.
So if we ever get into One Goons boxing, I've got the hookup.
Well, the boxing shorts, believe it or not, like are actually really good. Like taking a lot of I guess like building a lot of momentum, that kind of style for like in the gym. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people like that sort of comfortable like knit, mesh kind of like feel for the shorts. So you could even like put these just on like at the bottom where like the thigh is, like where the cutoff almost is, or like just around the like sort of the cutoff or where it goes around your leg. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I love that actually.
Could even put like some compression shorts inside them or something. I know that you
Hell
can
yeah.
get those done or whatever for gym brands and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Got a pair of those on right
I
now.
don't know, possible Wanted Goons,
One
X
Goons
lifting collection
boxing
on the way.
Gymshark collab incoming.
Exactly. That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh man. Talking quickly about Budapest and stuff. I think I definitely want to try. I went to Europe in 2024 in the fall. I went to Berlin, Prague, and Copenhagen with some of my friends, and I have to say, I think one of like when I was in Prague, not only like the food is really good there, but also like just the architecture of Eastern Europe is so beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
because like going from like Berlin, which is all new because of there was this little thing in the 1900s, but going from like Berlin, which is like relatively like just a new city, right?
Yeah,
all
yeah.
rebuilt within the last 80 years, compared to like Eastern Europe, like Prague and like I'm sure like Warsaw and
Yeah,
like,
the old school ones.
Krakow and Budapest and all of these like Eastern European cities. Like it's like it's hundreds of years old, and it's like you have giant cathedrals, and it's so beautiful. In Eastern Europe, so I definitely want to go back and just like look at everything again.
Yeah, like when we were in Budapest, like I went with a bunch of friends and people who were there for like the major and everything that met us there. And they have like thermal baths. Like it's like they have some of the nicest thermal baths in like the world. Like it just seems like Budapest is sort of like a hotspot for a lot of the best things in the world for some reason. I'm not quite sure, but I guess the Hungarians do it big, right? They do it right. So the thermal baths we went to were actually 500 years old. They were older than I believe it was like they were older than Budapest itself, like as like the area. And it was so cool that like you would go down and they had it all hooked up with like saunas and different like areas and stuff, like ice baths in different areas and stuff. But in the main sort of thermal baths down below, it was so like in almost like this cave area where they had all of this cobblestone around the walls and stuff. And you could smell the sulfur that was down there because you were actually like so deep in like this cave or whatever. And it was sort of in an octagonal like format in this center pool, and every corner of that octagon or hexagon, excuse me, had like a different temperature. So it started at like 21 degrees, and then it went to like 27 degrees. So you would go in like the lower one and then transition each corner, and then it would go to like 32 degrees in Celsius, by the way.
I was gonna say, are you speaking in like
yeah,
foreign language here?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
damn, that's cold.
But then it would jump like really hot. Like it would jump really hot in the last one. So what you would do is you would go like in the corners, like do each one as you're going, and then wait in the hot one, and then go to the coldest one, and then just go back to the hot one. And I'm telling you, I've never felt more like soothed and loose and relaxed when I was walking down the streets. It was like actually amazing experience. Like, yeah, I wish I had something like that here in like Canada. So,
God,
yeah,
I don't even know if we have anything remotely similar. I know in like Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming and Idaho, they've got a few kind of like sulfur pools. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know like how.
You're just gonna go
how human friendly they are, because I've seen videos obviously of of people sitting in them, and some of them, but I know some of them like the bison will like walk into them not knowing like how hot they are, and like you get bison soup pretty quickly. So I mean, I think you've got to be pretty knowledgeable of how hot you're stepping into, obviously. But
yeah, that's pretty crazy. we need like a Japanese major so everyone can like go and try like all of the crazy stuff there. That's what we need.
God, I don't think we've. When was the last Asian major?
I think the next one is Singapore, right?
Okay,
like,
yeah. I was
gonna
say,
yeah,
we have one in Berlin at
and
one
we
point?
had
Okay.
after
Um,
Copenhagen, it was in China, I believe, right,
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
yeah, it was. Completely blanking on the name.
Not Hong Kong, was it?
Oh,
No.
it
No,
wasn't in Singapore.
no, Singapore is 2026. It was Budapest, Austin, Shanghai. It was
Shanghai.
Yeah,
Shanghai.
yeah,
Yeah,
It
yeah.
yeah.
went it went
So
Paris, Copenhagen, Shanghai. Yeah,
this
sorry, go
this
ahead.
smoke bottle is from the Shanghai major.
Oh. Oh, that's sick. I didn't
Smoke
even
Oh,
realize
grenade
that's like
it's
a
bottle.
like a
smoke grenade.
smoke
That's
grenade.
sick.
That is sick.
And then look at the lanyard. Ready?
Ooh.
Mm,
That's clean.
Bang and then look, it's like
Ooh.
that's cool.
Fancy. I mean, better
That's
than my
fire.
plastic water.
so I have that. I have like an Agent K tea set where he like you hold on to like the heist bag and it pours out of his Glock and he has Imperial plaid gloves on and stuff.
That's
It's
sick.
really sick.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, because this year we have Cologne first, then we have Singapore second, and then next year we have Buenos Aires in
Ooh.
Argentina.
Oh, really?
First,
I didn't know we had
first
Buenos
in
Aires.
game.
That's
Yeah, that'll be
interesting.
that'll be a cool major.
That's our first like
Yeah,
South
that'd be
American
sick.
major that's not in Brazil, right? I don't feel like we've ever had one down there.
And it's been a while since we had a South American one as well,
God,
I
those
believe.
talk about
Right?
good crowds. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I believe the last one wasn't it Rio in
Yeah.
at the end of CS:GO, right?
I feel like
So there
you're
hasn't
right.
been a CS2 one.
Since like 2022 probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
22. And I think
Rio was
Rio
2022.
yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that'll be fantastic. If I get the chance, like I want to go to either or, like
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Mm.
yeah.
Argentina's got some good food down there too. So I mean, there's always places for you to review food down there. Just saying.
True.
Speaking about that helps transition into the next topic. Reviews and content in general. Dansky, what really fuels your passion for content creation?
I guess honestly, like to be upfront with the question, I was just like a YouTube kid growing up. Okay, so I grew up in like the era, like obviously playing Source and seeing different stuff like that, like seeing the first sort of like Cal matches and Sivo.
Cool.
And seeing some of the old, yeah, that's a
Showing
throwback
some
word
age
right
there on that
yeah.
one.
Exactly, and you know, just watching some really old school demos or highlights, and like then it slowly progressed into like watching PewDiePie and watching horror playthroughs and like watching all sorts of different YouTubers do different things like that. I think I've always wanted to, you know, have a PC capable of producing my own content and have like a good setup. And up until like a certain point, I didn't really have all of that. Like I grew up playing like up on a pretty shitty computer. I feel like family computer, like most people did. But yeah, so I guess what fuels me is the fact that I just genuinely enjoy what I'm doing. So whether it's like whether I get one comment on a video or I see like, you know, 100 likes, it just feels like the same way. It feels like okay, like even if I have maybe 100 likes or 20 people who leave like a comment or 20 likes even, like I just know that if I'm making something that someone's enjoying and I'm enjoying myself, I get to share that kind of moment with people. And I know, you know, it may sound cheesy, but that ultimately is like what I really enjoy doing. So like whether it's on Twitch, Twitch is a really cool way to have like that live interaction. But I also do like doing like long form content in regards to like YouTube, like tech reviews and different stuff, because I feel like I put so much time and effort into playing the game or using the products in different things that I actually like. I would never willingly promote something that I didn't like or use myself. So when I'm making the content, it's sort of the same way. I wouldn't put out the content if I wasn't enjoying myself, you know, throughout the process. Even though CS drives me insane some days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reed and I can definitely both relate.
Been a few holes in a few
as,
desks in my day. Yeah, not my
I've
best.
had you can ask any of my former teammates. I've had a couple of crash outs here and there.
Brings out the best and the worst in us.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's just the passion speaking, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like some people are just like downright ultra toxic, and don't get me wrong, I can get frustrated and pissed off sometimes. But at the end of the day, I think what draw like for that sort of like, you know, that passion is like it's because you just want the ultimate desire of like winning the game with your friends or whatever group it is and putting like 150% effort into everything you do. So if it feels like, sometimes people aren't matching the effort, it can feel a little bit like there's a mismatch or whatever. But yeah, ultimately we all love CS. We're here to grind the game. And I'll just bring it back around quickly to Fraq's question. What drives me? I think going to the events and stuff has like really brought like a different sense of enjoyment with Counter-Strike for me that I always wanted to go to the events when I was a kid, like when I was watching the CS:GO era, or I was watching like the Boston Major, or even like the NIP and Fnatic era. I always wanted to go to Europe or to different areas, but I didn't have the means to go there since I was so young. So the fact that now I can travel and go to all these CS2 events and everything is just incredible, honestly, and meet all the different people. And yeah, exactly. And I always wanted to somehow, like growing up, I always convinced and explained to my parents that I know I have this overwhelming feeling when I was young that Counter Strike is going to take over. I genuinely like felt that way when I was like 11, 12, and I was telling my parents, I was saying like, like this is something that people are going to watch more than like the NHL playoffs, because like that was like I had to equate it to my dad somehow, and like that people will be making more money than like athletes to like my mom, and explaining that. And my parents were saying like, oh, that's never gonna happen, like that's gonna be million to one, like all sorts of different things. But I never got rid of that sort of passion and that feeling in my gut. So to be able to even travel or work in CS is like such a blessing, you know?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Um, my mind is blank. For a second, sorry.
No, it's all good. I was yapping a little bit, but yeah.
No, you're good. We love that. That's what we're here for the podcast. Is we want to introduce our members, or everybody, to the members of One Goons. That's what the goal of these episodes are for. Reed, I think you're up next.
What my question or what?
Mhm.
Oh, this is definitely going to be cut out of this episode.
Just like instant misdirection.
It was like,
Yeah,
I'm not
I don't
ready
know,
for this.
So read,
Reed,
you
throw it.
go. Yeah.
No, dude, like Fraq said, I'm like excited to have you here. We've been honestly like giving the rundown on One Goons in the last like 2 years. We've been so esports heavy, just like teams in CS and other games, that we haven't really focused on the content side of things. Like it's just kind of been something that's fallen off to the side. We've never really gotten back to where we wanted to. And when I think it was right before Fraq, was it right before we went to Philadelphia for Frag? Where you told me that you were talking to Dan.
Yes,
And
yes, because that
yeah,
was right around when Dan was going to the webcam.
webcam.
To Budapest, right? It was like
Um,
just before when I said like,
yeah,
"Oh, I'm a little bit busy right now. I'm not quite sure what the situation is."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
so like
And then
I mean, it was like perfect timing. We were just finishing up going to a local LAN in Philadelphia for Fragadelphia, and so like, and truth be told, we dropped the ball on our content there, and like we had what 7, 8 members of One of Goons staying in one Airbnb. We got knocked out of the tournament pretty early. Thanks, shout out boss for knocking us out and playing them twice. But like we just dropped the ball, didn't have any content coming from it, and we hadn't had active content creators in over a year. So just kind of as soon as Fraq was like, hey, wait, I've got this guy who's streaming almost daily, who's kind of bouncing all over the place, just making all kinds of content. I was like, that's what we need to kind of revitalize the content side of One Goon. So it's glad to have you here. I'm glad that you're like the push. I mean, we've got this podcast, and because we're scheduling this one, I mean, we've got 2 more in the books for next week. So we've got a lot of interesting stuff coming down the pipeline, and I'm excited for what we can do with the future with you. And I'm hoping like maybe we can get you out to like a Fragadelphia at some point in the next year or so. Have you hang out with the boys and shoot some content. But
No, that'll be awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like I definitely want to, get down. Like Austin was my first experience like even being in the US, if I'm being completely honest. Like I've been to Buffalo,
Yeah.
like just over the border for
We
some
don't count
hockey
that.
tournaments and stuff, but I also don't count that, right? Because it's like 30 minutes from the border, so
Yeah.
it's like yeah, but no, I'm hoping that like with I'm sort of doing a little bit of sort of other social media stuff in like with work and stuff. So I'm hoping that there's like an avenue for me to go and do things at like NA events. You know what I mean? Yeah, I hope basically like obviously like the EU events are a little bit more far off and few and far between when they're a little bit more expensive obviously to travel, but I do want to go to like all sorts of different areas and stuff like in NA and in America. So it'd be really cool to meet you guys down there and film some funny videos or even like food reviews or just like I don't know, funny skits or whatever. Like we could for sure do it up.
Hell yeah, love that. I mean, I feel like we had a pretty good time in Philly with the boys. I mean, Fraq hanging out at the casino till 3 in the morning. The guys dragging me out to Dave and Buster's until like 2 in the morning, way past my
Nice.
bedtime.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
I had a good time. I mean, you were stuck on one machine for 2.5 hours trying to get all the cards, but like, I had a good
Yeah,
time.
well, who got all the cards?
Yeah, and I'd like to say we ate well, but it consisted of eating at the same pizza spot 3 different times. And
Hey, that's okay though.
Dude,
sometimes, like in Budapest, we went to like you think like okay, you're eating Budapest, like let's eat Hungarian cuisine. But me and my buddy Jay at our Airbnb, we had pizza like for lunch or like most days or whatever when we weren't like planning like a dinner or something.
Oh my god!
I think one of the best pieces of food I've ever eaten while traveling was we were walking back. This was in Prague. Me and my buddies had just done a bar crawl that ended at a 5-story nightclub, and we're walking back, and one of our buddies is on the phone fighting with his girlfriend, and the other two of us, the other 3 of us, we are all family friendly. We are all under the influence of alcohol, is how I'll word it. And we see like it's like one of those like places. It's like a pizza place, but it's like you don't go in at all. You just go up to this window in the side of the building. You order your pizza, they hand it to you. You leave.
Oh, like a hole in the wall.
Yeah,
like
literally a actual hole in the wall. Right?
Yeah, I love those though. I feel like they have like the best food sometimes because they don't have like a whole area to pay for inside.
Yep, we got like 2 slices of pizza each, and we were eating it as we were walking. And I think that has to be one of the most like. That has to be some of the best pizza I've ever eaten in my life.
Gosh.
And then speaking of hole in the walls, the actual hole in the wall like cheesesteak place that we had in Philly.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I still have dreams. I mean, there was something different. It wasn't like your typical Philly cheesesteak. It was like a
it was like a chopped cheese.
It was like brisket. I think it was like brisket style cheesesteak.
Yeah.
It was something crazy. The guys had been there. It was like right next to their Airbnb that they went to the last event, and they were like, "We've got to try it." And of course, you go to Philadelphia, like that's what they're known for. It's their cheesesteak, and like, that was the one thing I was like, I don't care what we do this weekend. I need a Philly cheesesteak, and I didn't even get an authentic one, but this like hole in the wall underneath this like the train tracks in like downtown Philly. I'm pretty sure we watched a person get mugged as we were doing it. Pretty sure we had some interesting characters coming up as we were ordering our food. Drove back to the Airbnb. I mean, 7 of us just digging in to this. Just, I mean,
oh, I love like steak and cheese,
dude.
bro.
And then they had this mac and cheese that was. Oh, I still have dreams about the food that we had on the trip. Even the Canes. I mean, we went to a fast food chicken Canes. Ordered. I mean, an
80 tenders.
I was gonna say an outrageous
60.
amount of food. We were sitting in the venue and we were like, we need something just to die for. We went and picked up Cane's like 3 bags worth and laid it all out on the Airbnb kitchen.
It was like these big trays
on the island.
On the island,
massive.
just I mean, and
everyone have some here. Grab a plate.
I wish we could say that there was leftovers. There wasn't even a crumb left in that.
It was gone.
I mean, the Airbnb smelled like Cane's for the next like 2 days. Which is crazy because we were staying above a sushi shop, but like it was so worth it.
The Airbnb owner definitely like came back and they were like,
dude, there was so much just like not even trash. We just piled up the trash cans because we ate so much food. Oh, man, I miss that food from Philly. I dream about that pizza weekly.
Dude, that pizza was so good. Trying to think. Other questions for Dan here. What are you looking forward to most about being in One Goons?
Honestly, like I think the thing that resonated the most with me when you actually reached out is like I have been in an org or two before, and I found that every single time when I was in the an org, I felt like the org always made these very empty promises, and I almost like there was almost this disconnect, like the actual content creator or org member compared to people who were like upper management, who were almost like business people, if that made sense. So when you reached out to me and we were DMing back and forth, like before Budapest, and then when I got back, I was trying to like reach out to you a little bit more, say like, hey, I'm here, I'm back if you want to have a convo. Just the way you explained that it's like very like family and like oriented, community oriented, and you know, that you guys always put back into the org is like the same sort of thing that like I feel I want to do for an org, you know, is that I want to make content and I want to feel like when we go to like a LAN or like an event together, I want to feel like, yeah, like this is like my squad. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is like, even if we're not like gaming together 24/7, like this is who I'm making content so that we can all like put it as a group, right? And see like, oh, this is like the content group. Because I always felt like I wanted to do like, you know, like a content group or content sort of house, like, you know, when you see people doing that on YouTube and stuff growing up. So I think that's the main thing that I'm looking forward to, is just like seeing where we can take it and all sort of like interesting ideas. Or if you guys don't know, like we're planning some Wanted Goons game nights in the Discord, so it's always available. If you guys hop in the Discord, we can link it on the YouTube video.
Discord.gg/onegoons.
We always do like you know, we can do some like some friend slop games like Yap Yap or Repo, or you know, stuff like that, you know, that we can all just like have a great time and enjoy ourselves together, kind of grow as a unit.
Hell yeah. No,
Yeah, absolutely. Those are definitely things that I gotta get back on planning. Definitely had a lot more business stuff rather than content on the mind as of late. But big news.
That's good though.
Soon.
That's good though. You know, it's like your mind is on the ball, right? You're in the right place.
Yeah,
so.
Oh my god, we got some big news coming, like Fraq said. So if you're watching right now,
it's probably been announced if they're watching.
It might have been announced. If not, it's coming soon. I don't even think Dansky knows about it, but it's probably.
I probably don't. Actually.
I think it's
okay, we'll tell them as soon as that.
as soon as this episode's over, you're getting in. But it's. I think, in my opinion, we're coming up on 6 years of One Goons here in October, and I think this is the biggest announcement by far in One Goons history. So we've been grinding the last few days on this project, and it's cool to see it coming into fruition. But if it's not announced, it will definitely be announced by April or May of this year. So stay tuned for that.
Sick. Stay tuned to the socials, guys.
Yes.
Stay tuned to the socials.
One Goons on every platform.
I'm going on 2 years in One Goons.
2 years on One Goons this summer, yeah.
Yeah, and this is by far the biggest news I've ever gotten.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
2 years on One Goons, and about a year is your GM and
hey,
now co-owner.
Co-owner. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if the co-owner announcement's going out before or after this podcast, but
it's okay. We'll just bleep that.
You know, if not, that's a leak. It's not like it's not in your Twitter bio already and told every person you know. It's not like we've kept it a secret.
Yeah.
But that is a new ordeal. Is Fraq managing a little bit more and getting a little piece of the pot? So he's done well so far.
But yeah, I mean, Dansky, you got anything else you wanna say before we start wrapping this up?
Honestly, like I would just say like I want to thank you guys as well for having me on board. Obviously, I think like, you know, like depending on what you guys are looking for in content creation and stuff, I know that sometimes it can be a little bit of like a leap forward with trusting someone new and as being like a representative of the brand and everything. But I'm glad to be on board, and I hope that moving forward we can take it even bigger. And we can, you know, keep developing things. And like make it more successful, obviously. And thanks for having me on. I really appreciate, you know, having like a time to share a little bit about my story and stuff like that with like CS and content creation. I guess final thing that I'll say, like, I've been doing content creation. Like, I started doing Minecraft videos like when I was like super young. So if you find the Dansky Minecraft channel, that's not the name of it. I'm not gonna leak the name. But if you find, you'll hear the most squeaker
Oh,
voice
we gotta find this.
you will ever find on Minecraft videos that I shot at my friend's house or in the basement here in like this house. So, yeah, just little like little side piece about me there. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, thanks again, guys.
Well, make sure you check out Dansky. All of his socials will be linked in the description below, as well as Reed's and my own, and links to all the One Goons stuff are Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, I think Facebook.
Yeah, all
YouTube,
all the
on
socials,
Spotify,
everything you
all
can
the
find, we're
socials.
there. We may not be as
Yeah.
active, but we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, onegoons.com to pick up any of the fresh merch that we're currently wearing. The Vault collection will be out soon if it is not out already. And reminder, you can use code POD for what did I say, 15% off.
15.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm Ian Fraq KTR. I've been very happy to be joined by Reed McGallen Burton and Daniel Dansky. I cannot remember your last name off the top of my head, and I don't know if it's on the internet, so I will not say it. But
No,
thank
it's
you.
all good, honestly. Yeah, it's Dansky CS on all the platforms as well, just so you guys are aware. So it's very consistent, and yeah, it's on like a bunch of my profiles. So yeah, it's Daniel Dansky CS Klassen. So
Nice.
yeah, thanks guys.
But thank you all for joining us today, and we will be back soon with another episode of the Most Wanted Pod.
Peace out.